Welcome to another weekly balance. This is week 7, I think. It's kind of crazy. We've been doing this series for a little over a month now, a month and a half, but we're gonna have a great full body balance class today. We've kind of been doing a little bit of a series where we did upper body, we did lower body, then we introduced core last week. So now we're gonna kind of put it all together, but still obviously focusing a lot on that balance and isolating movements. So what you're gonna need today is a chair, as always, just for support and to something to hang on to, or a wall, anything close to you. A small weight if you have one. So I just have a 3-pound weight. If you don't have a weight, that's perfectly fine. Even just like an object, a ball, a towel, anything that you can kind of pass back and forth in your hand. The weight is just nice to add a little bit of a challenge. And then making sure that you have plenty of space around you, so in case you lose your balance, you're not hurting yourself. And then last but not least, I say this every week, but make sure that you're barefoot if you're able to. Doing these things barefoot kind of helps your little muscles in your feet work harder, allows your feet to grip the ground a little bit better. And you know, when you have shoes, you have that extra stability. So it really allows all those muscles to work. So let's go ahead and get started. So join me in a march here as we get everything warmed up. Awesome job. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Deep breath in, and then relax your arms down at the side there. Keep swinging those arms. Bring your knees up a little bit higher here. And go ahead and bring it back to down to those quick steps, and we'll take one more big deep breath in, arms up all the way to the sky. Deep breath, and shake them out. Roll those shoulders back, broaden up that chest, making sure you're nice and tall. Couple more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, making sure we're nice and loose and ready to go now. We're gonna start with a few upper body movements, kind of work our way into some core and then lower body. So to start with some upper body movements, one of my classic favorite balance is isolating arm circles. So we're gonna start with standing on our left leg, bring that right leg up to whatever you're comfortable with. The higher the challenge, the lower, the lower, closer to your floor, the easier it is to tap down if you need to. So pick your height here, bring your arms out to the side, and we're doing forward arm circles here. Making sure you're staying nice and tall. If you find yourself arching your back, you may cause yourself to have a little bit of lower back pain. So bringing that belly button kind of inwards, bringing those hips inwards, making sure you're nice and tall. Hold it here. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Shake it out. Shake those legs out. We're gonna start kind of getting a good burn in our shoulders and our upper body here with these next few movements. So same thing on the other side, standing on that right leg, lifting up that left leg, arms go out, and we're backwards this time. So follow me when you're ready. Again, making sure you're nice and tall, squeezing your core, squeezing your glutes. If you're not squeezing those muscles, you tend to fall forward, or like I said, arch back, and you're just losing a lot of that posture. So making sure that you're just staying nice and tight, nice and tall, focusing on those arm circles and your balance. We got a lot going on here. Keep holding. We're here for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Shake it out. Next movement, we are going to bring that weight in. So everyone can grab your weight if you have one. If not, like I said, a ball, a towel, small object works, or you can do it without a weight. But what we're going to be doing is a weight pass. So isolated on one leg, of course, to bring that balance in. But I will show you first. You can join me when you're ready. We're going to start with standing on that left leg, hovering that right leg. Our arms come out to make a T with that weight in hand, and we're meeting in the middle, passing it to the other hand. So join me when you're ready here. We're just kind of doing this dynamic movement here. It doesn't have to be fast. We are going to do this on both legs, so you might start to feel your shoulders fatigue a little bit. If you are somebody who has some shoulder limitations, bring it down a little bit and just pass right in front of you. That's fine too. It's really just about that movement we're creating in our upper body to kind of throw off our balance a little bit. Awesome job. Keep holding here. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. I know you're starting to probably feel your hips warm, your shoulders warm. This is the last upper body exercise we have, so I promise you'll get a break. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, standing on that right leg, lifting that left leg up, arms make a T, and we're passing that weight in front of us. This is a great back exercise too. We're kind of just combining a lot of different elements here. Biggest thing, you don't want your arms above your shoulders, okay? That's gonna cause a lot of stress on your shoulders. So either right horizontal in line with your shoulders or down here in front. Hold, hold, hold. You guys are doing awesome. 8 more seconds. You can do it. Stay on that foot. 3, 2, and last one. All right, bring those legs down. Shake it out, shake up that upper body if you need to. We are gonna use the weight for this next exercise as well, but it's not an upper body exercise, it is a core exercise. So we are gonna be doing some isolated leg core rotations. So again, I'll kind of show you what this looks like and you can join me when you're ready, but we wanna hold that weight with both hands. And we're gonna start by standing on our left leg, bringing that right leg up, and we're twisting towards our right. So you're twisting towards the leg that you have up. Nice strong core rotation here. Always make sure you have that chair close by if you need to grab onto it. And we're just twisting here. 15 more seconds, keep holding this. You'll start to feel this in your core. Awesome job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, shake it out. Same thing on the other side, of course. So this time, when you're doing this exercise, if you're able to, kind of see if you can get a little bit rotated back further. That's going to cause a really good stretch in your back, also engaging the opposite oblique. So kind of see how far you can go before you start to lose your balance, just as an extra challenge. So standing on that right leg, lifting that left leg up, weight in hand. Join me when you're ready. Same thing, we're rotating. See how far you can go back. And then we're coming in the center. That kind of, as you can see, threw my balance off a little bit. So it's interesting to see which side is stronger. I definitely have better balance on my left leg, which is interesting. Focusing on that balance. This is not a fast movement, okay? This is nice and slow and controlled. Great job. Hold, hold, hold. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right. So we've done a couple upper body. We just hit some core. We're going to toss the weight. We don't really need it anymore. Of course, it's always here if you want to add it to any exercises that we do for an extra challenge for yourself. But as far as we're concerned, we're done with it. So you can toss it aside. And next we're gonna bring in that chair. So what we're gonna be doing is then focusing on our hips and abductors. And so have that chair there for support. Now this is also something you can do without your chair, but it's also nice to hold on to it so you can get the best range of motion here. So either one hand, 2 hands, whatever's best for you. We're starting with standing on our left leg and we're abducting our right leg out. But the thing is, we're hovering our right leg over. We're never touching in the middle, of course, unless you need to, but the idea here is to make sure we're keeping that leg elevated over the floor the entire exercise. Nice, good hip stretch in here. Making sure you're staying nice and tall and you're not leaning over to the side when you're kicking out. This is strictly just a hip movement. Keep going, you guys are doing awesome. You got about 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, oh, it burns, and 1. Awesome. All right, shake those legs out. Same thing on the other side, so rotate your chair around if you need it or whatever position you have currently. And when you're ready, join me with the same thing. So standing on the right leg, and then we are elevating our left leg out. Not touching in the center, just hovering over the floor there. If you want that extra challenge, take your hands off the chair. But you have that chair there if you need it. Nice and straight. Making sure you're engaging that core still. I know as we get towards the end, that core starts to get a little bit lazy, but we want to make sure we're still engaging it and staying strong here. Awesome job. Woo. 10 more seconds here, guys. Hold it, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more for good measure. All right. Woo, kick those legs out. That's definitely a good one for the outer hips and the lower back and pretty much everything. So keep that chair close by, but we don't necessarily need it for this next exercise. The next thing is going to be still a lower body exercise, kind of targeting more of our hamstrings here with this balance. So airplanes, we've done these before. You probably know what they are. We're going to do a progressive airplane. So every 15 seconds, we're going to lower a little bit more. We're just doing it 3 times though. So we're going to start in a position, then we're going to lower to a middle position, and then we'll go to the final position, and then we're done on that leg. So I'll show you what it looks like, but you can join me when you're ready. Start standing with that left leg. This first position that we're going to hold for 15, arms go out to the side, and we're just lightly hovering that back leg over the floor. So even letting that big toe touch, or just maybe like half an inch over, just holding this here. Chest should be nice and broad, arms out to the side. And we hold this for 5 more seconds, and we're gonna bring it down a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, kind of bring it down just a little bit. That back leg should be about 6 inches to a foot over the ground now. Holding here. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Final position. If you can still hold it, our chest should be parallel to the floor now. Back leg should be about up as high as it goes. Arms out to the side, and we have 5 more seconds here to hold. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Whew. Relax those legs. That really gets a good stretch in that hamstring there. Also working those more upper frontal little muscles of your foot when it comes to balance. Same thing on the other side. When you're ready, plant that right leg, and we're going to start with that beginning position. So that back leg just slow, like slightly hovering over the ground, arms out to the side, and we're holding this for about, we're holding for a total of 15. We've got about 8 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down just a little more. Keep holding that position. Awesome job. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last position, all the way. Whoop, lost my balance as far as you can go. You have that wall, that chair there for support if you need it, and we're just holding here for about 6 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. That one's tough because we're progressively getting harder and harder and still working those muscles. So pat yourself on the back for getting that one done. We just have one more exercise, and then you guys are done. So next thing we're gonna do, I haven't done this one since, gosh, one of the very first or second classes, but we're doing chair squats. One of my favorite things to do for not only balance, but core stabilization and also just leg strength. And so we're gonna need the chair for this one. And we're just sitting into the chair. So when you hear squat, don't get afraid. I know that can be a little bit scary, especially when it comes to the knees, but what we're doing is what we do every single day. So we're just kind of sitting on the chair, and then we're coming right back up. It's gonna work your quads. It's gonna help with that balance as you come back up, also engaging your core. So I will show kind of from the side here. So what you wanna do, feet shoulder width apart here. We're sitting back in the chair, and we're coming up nice and tall, okay? So making sure you're not using your arms for momentum. We wanna make sure we're really going nice and slow, squeezing those muscles as we come down, sitting, and then coming back up. Awesome job. Nice and slow. I know it can be tempting to go really fast at this, but you want to make really sure that we're doing that time under tension movement here. Nice straight back, strong core. Almost done here. 10 more seconds. Keep going. Try to squeeze in maybe 2 or 3 more reps here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Ditch the chair. We're done with it. It's there to support us, but we don't need it for the rest of the class. So we just went through 6 exercises, upper, core, lower body, and all focusing on balance, muscular strength. Now we're going to end with sun salutations because they are my favorite thing to do after a workout. So feet shoulder width apart, coming down, big inhale in, and exhale out as you come back down, nice and slow. We'll do about 5 here. In, in, and out. 2 more. In and out. Last one. Make it count. In, reach tall, and out. Awesome job, you guys. Thank you for joining me for another weekly balance. Again, make sure you join the September Mighty Month Challenge. We have a bunch of other events coming up. I'm going to continue my weekly balance through the month, and we'll see you guys next week.